Is the Big Apple really rotten to the core? Welcome to WatchMojo's Top 5 Myths, the series that finds the biggest myths that people actually believe and dispels them one by one. In today's installment, we'll be counting down the 5 myths about New York that convinced Alicia Keys to write that annoying song. Myth number 5. Manhattan was bought for $24. The first myth on our list has followed the city of New York for years, namely that the island of Manhattan was purchased by Dutch settlers from Native Americans for only $24 worth of beads and trinkets.
Bees?
Beads.
Beads?
The truth behind this one is a combination of inflation and what actually constituted those $24. For starters, the Dutch letter of sale dictated that Manhattan was purchased for the value of 60 guilders, which rounds out to almost $1,000 today. What's more is that the value in question also consisted of goods such as ammunition, food, weapons, and clothing, all of which would have been worth their weight in gold during the time. One thing that was definitely not mentioned in this letter: beads.
Beads aren't cheap. Are beads cheap?
Myth number 4. New York City is the rudest city.
There seem to be 3 million completely miserable assholes living in the tri-state area.
Sometimes it's great to win that bronze medal. New York City came up big in the friendliness department in 2016, when they dropped down to 3rd place in travelandleisure.com's annual list of rudest cities.
Being miserable and treating other people like dirt is every New Yorker's God-given right.
Miami and Phoenix took the 1st and 2nd spots, while New Yorkers enjoyed bucking the rudeness stereotype which has always hounded the city. This reputation might have been born largely from 1980s comedians who used it as a go-to insult. But many tourists of the city have reportedly been pleasantly surprised with how many New Yorkers will happily give directions or otherwise respond positively with a friendly smile.
Hey, I'm walking here! I'm walking here!
Myth number 3. It's the city that never sleeps.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Well, you can, but you can't actually drink. Newcomers to New York City nightlife may have expected every bar in town to be open at all hours of the night, serving drinks to the area's fanciest, wealthiest, and most inebriated until the sun comes up. The truth is that there is a last call in New York City for bars to stop serving alcohol to their customers, and it's 4 AM.
Last call?
Of course it is.
The actual closing time of a bar is dependent upon county laws, with only cities like New Orleans and Las Vegas featuring 24-hour, 7-day-a-week service. Hey, everyone has to sleep sometime.
Why are you sleeping in our tub? The porcelain keeps the suit from wrinkling.
Myth number 2. Moving to New York City equals guaranteed success. You've seen those snappy montages in the movies. Feel-good sequences which show one person's small-town dreams come true almost immediately after moving to New York City. The truth is that NYC is insanely busy, fast-paced, and possesses plenty of challenges for even the most dedicated professional. In fact, New York is a consistent top 10 contender in Forbes magazine's list of the most competitive job markets in the country. The rates of success naturally vary upon the industry, with percentages of failure sometimes rising as high as 80% in highly competitive markets such as the restaurant business. Indeed, it takes passion, drive, and more than a little bit of luck to succeed in New York. But you know how the old saying goes?
If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere.
Myth number 1. New York is dangerous.
And your wallet.
How the times have changed. New York City in the 1970s and 80s may have been known for the crime and danger represented in its once gritty Times Square district. But the truth is that NYC is actually on track these days to being one of the safest big cities in the United States.
Am I being mugged?
Although crime rates might be comparatively high in larger populous cities, a 2013 study showcased that homicides were actually down to their lowest rate since the 1950s, averaging out to less than 1 a day. Today, Times Square has been gentrified to a hub of tourist attractions and foot traffic, while locals and tourists alike can breathe a little easier knowing that NYC is a safer place to be.
Times Square, named for the good times you have when you're in it.
So how many of these myths did you believe?
Okay, I believe you even though you're from the city of garbage, water, and pizza
What
trash.
is your problem with this city?
For more Empire State Top 10s and Lady Liberty Top 5s, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Look where we are, man.